We are live right on time at 3 p.m. Yes, right on time, honey. We are on for a live gossip session. Let's talk about it, YouTube. We are going to talk about the latest news in wrestling gossip. I do want to say this. The latest news is yes, Baron Corbin. Remember him back in WWE? Remember, didn't he have this gimmick where he won like the lottery, like the Mega Million winner? That was his last gimmick that was actually decent. Remember that? Yeah, well, he went to MLW after getting released, I think. And now WWE is hoping to bring him back. So that is the latest gossip. Let's talk about wrestling this week. What did we feel? Was it a week? I mean, literally, was it a week? Let me know. But we are talking about wrestling gossip. Again, Solo Sokola, guest Naito Castles. This backlash match was for nothing because it's leading us right back to the same situation where they are fighting again. So some people are a little over the repetitive storyline. Some people want a little bit better. I know I do. So yeah. But wrestling news, we do have TNA Impact women's wrestler Indy Hartwell. She did renew her contract with TNA Impact. So if you watch TNA Impact, yes, she did renew her contract. AEW Dynamite back in the 580,000 viewership. What are they missing? Are they missing the New Day? I'm not sure. But we shall see when they're going to get back to a 700,000 decent views. I mean, right now it's not that, but we shall see when it gets to that. We shall see. So let's talk about it, YouTube. It is hot on this Sunday here in Michigan, child. It is hot. How are you guys? Wrestling news, NWA. Do want to talk some NWA wrestling news. Let's talk about it real fast. They are having a nice, I guess, a nice buzz with their new TV deal on Comet TV, but we did have Tiffany Nivens wins the NWA World Women's Championship. Tiffany Nivens captures the NWA Women's World Championship on the May 16th episode of NWA Power. So again, they're trying to get a lot of us to watch that. I should have recorded that, to be honest with you. Remember, I did try to get my DVR to record it. Remember the last time I was here. So I do think, let's look, it did record that. Remember the last time I was on here? I stuck to where I was going to record it. I don't see it though. Is it on demand? But congratulations to her. I don't know. I have it on record new episodes, but some reason, child, it didn't. I'm not sure. I don't see it. Because it says the next time it's on is May 23rd. That's on Saturday, but where's the shit that I recorded? I recorded new episodes and I don't see no episode. So weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, so weird. Like, how I can't even, like, see it, even though I recorded it. It won't even let me watch it. So, NWA, congratulations to her. I do feel like they are coming up. Like, what is this? So I do have the channel, Comment TV, so I don't understand why it didn't record last night. If there was a new episode, why it didn't bother to record, because right now it says record new episodes, but when I look at my DVR, there isn't a new episode, but it's telling me it's going to record a new episode on May 23rd. Well, where's the one for May 16th that you didn't record? It's very odd. So I guess I won't get to see her win. or maybe it's on demand on Sling. See what I'm saying? How you have to put so much energy and work into shit these days. Like, it should have been, if I clicked record new episodes, there was a new episode yesterday that should be on my DVR. Why do I have to do extra work to try to get it to record? It's a little silly at this point. But, let's continue with wrestling news. I'm just saying, it's a little bit silly. Because now you're showing me something May 23rd that you're ready to record it. What? What do you mean you're ready to record it? I'm still waiting for the one from May 16th. Can you please show me that before you record something from a week later? So I'm about to look to see. I'm about to do all episodes at this point. I'm about to just be petty. Because right now it's being weird. It's not recording it. So right now, new episodes and reruns. So how about that? So I make sure that I don't miss it, since it wants to be silly at this point. That every time it goes online, I'm going to record it at this point. I'm sorry, I'm just annoyed. It's just this technology makes you do so much shit just to do something simple these days. You would think recording new episodes, it would do that. Now I have to click 1,000 other shit just for it to do it. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I don't have Comment TV. Oh, yeah, I do have Comment TV. It just didn't bother to record it for some odd reason. Okay. And then wants to show me about next week. I don't care. You didn't even fucking record the shit from this week. Red Velvet looks like a star. Let's talk about her returning on AEW Collision. Red Velvet did return, and Sammy Guevara. I think this is going to be the norm with Sammy Guevara. Him returning, but nothing really following up since his return. I'm just being real. Nothing really follows up with his returns. So I kind of don't like that he comes back just to lose. Again, him and Darby Allin did have a nice match. A lot of people think that Darby Allin is going to lose to MJF, that he's not going to be heel. I'm sorry, not going to be bald. Is this something we want to see? Let's be honest. Is this something we want to see, him going bald? I don't know if I want to see him going bald, but some people may want to see it. Again, not on my DVR. This shit's irritating me. But I also want to say this with MJF. How many times is he just going to keep winning back the AEW World Heavyweight Championship? Can we ever have him in a meaningful feud? I mean, again, he wins the championship, he loses it, but then he doesn't really do anything after he challenges and loses. So it's always he can only win, or it only matters when it's about the World Heavyweight Championship. Again, I'm sorry. I'm just being petty because I'm just trying to see why it didn't fucking record it. It's starting to get on my nerves. But I will say this. Red Velvet is someone that's been popular for a while now. I do like her. I don't think that a lot of people appreciate Red Velvet. When she was part of the Baddies, a lot of people were looking at Jade Cargo, which clearly she's a star. But still, I'm just saying a lot of people were not looking at Jade and Red Velvet. It was always just Jade. But I do want to talk about this real fast with MJF winning the World Championship from Darby Allin. Realistically, what is there even more to do? I kind of don't like these stipulations like Adam Page. Now he can't never challenge for the fucking title unless he wins Owen tournament. Speaking of, that is coming up. I don't know why Red Velvet... Again, is this going to be something frequent of her coming back, or is this just a one-off? Okay, so let's continue. I do want to talk about not NWA. I want to talk about MLW wrestling. Again, since we're talking about Baron Corbin allegedly getting signed or re-signing back to WWE, let's talk about it. Fightful.com, MLW, and Stardom announced strategic partnership. MLW and Stardom have announced a partnership. The partnership will create new opportunities for wrestlers, expand international development, and provide attractive content for fans around the world. Major League Wrestling and Stardom announced a partnership today. Through this corporation, two globally recognized organizations will join hands to create new opportunities for players, expand international development, and provide attractive content for fans around the world. This partnership focuses on player exchange and creative corporations, and creates opportunities for players from both MLW and Stardom to play in front of new stages and new spectators. This partnership reflects a common goal of providing world-class matches and further enhancing the global presence of professional wrestling. So, what do we think about MLW and Stardom coming up with a partnership? This is very interesting because Stardom is not really not the major pro wrestling corporation in Japan. I think it's IWGP, but Stardom, MLW, both known in the wrestling industry. So them two combining, I feel like it will give opportunity to those with the pay-per-view. I don't know. I'm assuming this is going to be a pay-per-view. This is good news. MLW also has Matt Riddle part of it. I did state earlier that Baron Corbin is allegedly going to WWE. They are interested in what he is doing in MLW, and they feel like it is a good character development and star power that he gained since losing his basically job in WWE. He's kind of put himself back together. So this is good for MLW. Again, Matt Riddle, I'm a huge fan of his, and I do understand he is part of MLW and that brand. So again, him in Stardom, that would be great. But hey, Frank, how are you? Yes, we're talking about wrestling news. We're also talking about MLW. I'm a little disappointed because I went to my Sling TV. I already talked about NWA a little bit, but I looked at my Sling TV and they did not record the new episode last night, NWA Power, even though I had it on record. New episodes. So now I'm doing reruns and new episodes just to make sure. But I will say Darby Allin, I will say this, it will get stale if he keeps putting his title on the line every week. It will start to get stale. But yeah, I'm a little pissed off. So, not pissed off, but yeah, so it says comment TV. I have that, and I fucking clicked record, and it didn't do shit. Like, what the fuck? It just ignored it, acting like I didn't click record. Then it wants to tell me how it's going to record the next episode. Like, I don't care about next Saturday. Where's this Saturday? You didn't even bother to do this one, but you already want to talk about next week. Like, oh yeah, next week we'll record this. No, you won't, because you didn't record this week. So stop the cap. Because next Saturday it comes, you won't be recording. But, yeah, if he does that again, I may go to YouTube TV. No, I'm not playing. Everyone wants to keep going up in prices, right? But then they don't want to fucking do what they say they're going to do. So, no, they got one more chance. If it doesn't record next week, like I said, I will unsubscribe and get YouTube TV. Because, again, I'm not about to... Inflation is high, things in that nature. Everyone wants to go up in price. Kind of like Sling TV went up recently, at least $10 since I have them. Yet they can't even fucking function correctly. But they want me to keep paying their price increases. No, I'm not doing that. I'm so sick of everyone saying they're tired of, oh, it's due to the inflation, or that's why we're so sorry things are difficult, but we must go up in price. Well, I'm so sorry. If you can't function right, you're not getting my money anymore. I'm so tired of everyone being damn sorry about everything. But Ace Austin looked great. He's a future, did want to talk about him. He's a future mid-card champion. I will say I don't see him being world champion yet. I don't see him being a world champion, honestly, in AEW yet. I feel like his status and his fan base needs to build a little bit with the AEW fandom. I don't know what they call them. Sickos? Is that what they call them? Yes. So again, with the sickos, he needs to make sure that they like him before they give him the World Heavyweight Championship. I do see Mike Speedball. They're trying to push him a lot, but it really doesn't make sense how he loses and then he wants to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. To me, that doesn't make sense. But you know what? I'm really trying to watch this. So you know what? I think I found it on the website. So I found NWA on a website. So I'll watch it later. So since my Sling TV wants to be weird. But let's continue. I do want to say this. Willow, if she getting stale, I don't know. I think some people are saying she's getting stale. Ronda Rousey did win her match with an armbar. She did win that. What do we think about that? I know she just recently returned what made her AEW live television appearance. So remember, I did state that was basically a big fuck you to WWE. And that's why she made the appearance, and we didn't think it would go any further. Well, it might have went further, but allegedly Toni Storm is pregnant, so she has to be written on TV. Yes, that is the rumor that, yes, she is pregnant. Toni Storm, that is why she got attached, and we haven't seen her since. So, again, I will say this. I do like her a lot. But, I don't really watch it. I don't really watch, what was this? MMA? I don't watch that, so I really don't have any thoughts on it because, again, I don't watch boxing. But good for her making headlines. Again, wrestling news. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Cedric Alexander, the new X Division champion. There are rumors that, yes, Leon Slater can be basically on his way to WWE, and that is why TNA and management did not have him break the record for the longest reigning TNA X Division champion. I will say this, he is still in the record books because he is he's tied with Austin with Arias. They have the same days, so now he is part of history, but he did not beat the record. Let's see. The longest reigning, Leo Slater and Austin Aries hold a shared tie for the longest singular reign in the history of TNA X Division Championship, with both men holding the title for exactly 298 days. So both of them held it for 298 days. He did not defeat Austin Aries' reign. We did have Giovanni Vinci from, Gunther's stable. He did make his TNA debut. Is this going to be a needle mover, honey? Is this going to be a needle mover? I don't know, but I will say this. I do like that he's getting the opportunity. I know some people are making fun of him. Yeah, a lot of people are making fun of him. So, with the Tiffany Stratton and all of that, they are making fun of that. He may have tried to gotten with her when his partner was still with her, and that is why he got the axe in WWE. But who knows? I know he's doing good in the lucha ground now. His partner, he's not really a main Sable on the main roster, but Gunther was always the it guy. If we're talking about it, who was always shining. He was always the it guy. The other guys, they had their little shine, but he was never the vocal point. So Giovanni, we shall see. But let's get to it. Okay, so now let me actually look at the wrestling blogs instead of just things out in memory. I will say with Leon Slater going to WWE, is this something we want to see? Is him and Javon Evans going to be a tag team maybe? Maybe we can see them become a tag team. You know, they're both young, both athletic. They could run the tag team division, but is this what we want them to just be stuck doing? Just being a tag team. I mean, it could happen, but... Oh, okay. So did you watch it? I'm sorry. So I know you're commenting about it. Did you watch the match? I know it was very quick. Some people are saying it seemed a little rigged. Basically, just to give her a moment back in the spotlight. I don't know if it was that. I can't say. I don't watch boxing, so I don't, have a huge opinion. So I can't say if it looked rigged. I can't say if it was done on purpose, but I will say this, good for her. I guess she's in the spotlight again. I know it was a special on Netflix. I thought it was just going to be them fighting, but it really wasn't just them fighting. I guess it was a whole event of people. So I guess Io Sky got married to Evo. I guess she got married to Evo. Io Sky, an NXT superstar. So let's talk about that. Here is their wedding photo. I guess it's not really a secret, but I guess she got married to him unexpectedly. Not unexpectedly, but a lot of people didn't know they were in a relationship, if that makes sense. But she got married, so a lot of people are now thinking that she may be on the outs as well. Since Kairi Sane also was let go, it seems Asuka is kind of done. Well, it's kind of semi-retired or rethinking what she wants to do in her life. So it seems now people, now that they see this photo, are saying, okay, maybe Io Sky getting married now, maybe she's kind of trying to think about her future, basically, and that is maybe something outside of WWE. So we shall see if this is what her future is, being a wife and leaving. We already have Bianca Belair gone, pregnant. So again, we have a lot of people gone due to personal stuff, such as marriage and pregnancy. I will say this, even though she got married, she really didn't leave that long, but they just stopped pushing her. Maxine, remember, she got married earlier this year to someone in NXT, her boyfriend. We thought she was going to be on a honeymoon for a little while, but then she was facing Becky Lynch the following week. So again, it could be that kind of situation where they get married and just back on the road the next week. But she did announce that she is married. Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano's pay reveal for last night Netflix MMA bout. According to PW Insider, Rousey earned $2.2 million for the fight, while Carano earned $1.05 million. The earnings were disclosed by the California State Athletic Commission after the fight. So they basically got a good payday, because that is a lot. Seriously, that is a lot of money. So Ronda Rousey, to do that small match, wasn't really that much fighting she had to do. She won $2.2 million. I'm saying she won it because she literally was fighting. She won, and she also got a paycheck. So again, I'm excited to see maybe if she does this more, or if this is a one-off. Again, a lot of people liked her better as a MMA fighter. AEW, some more news about AEW is Paul Wright, which we know as The Big Show. Yes, he did re-sign with AEW, even though he's not shown a lot. He did re-sign to AEW, so this is some good news. If you are a fan of his, him re-signing to AEW is good news. Again, seems they are re-signing some of the veterans in the wrestling industry, such as a Big Show / Paul Wright and a Chris Jericho, which we all thought, some people thought he may be leaving for WWE, and this retirement kind of tour / plans they kind of had for him, but then we saw that he did recently resign. So that being said, YouTube, and by the way, please like and follow. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. But that being said, YouTube, this is another known name signed to AEW. Again, I feel like AEW soon with this Paramount and Warner Brothers drama, they should go to a streaming platform such as Amazon Prime, since it has a lot of viewers, and maybe do Dynamite and Collision and maybe the pay-per-views for a special price on Prime, because it's the second biggest streaming platform. It has over 200 million, 200 million, I think it said 200 million people that have Prime. So again, that is good. But again, with Paul re-signing, again, he may not be someone that we see a lot on television, but he is someone that we see backstage more than likely that has a lot to say. A lot of wrestlers will leave WWE soon. Yes, she can have her child now. Yes, a lot of people are upset about the way that Endeavor / TKO is running the business. Again, Kairi's saying, I did think that maybe the fans kind of bully them trying to get her back. But we saw that did not happen. They said, we don't care if you guys are screaming. We don't care if you guys are yelling for her to come back. She's not coming back. So that being said, it is what it is. We shall see what happens next with Kairi. But allegedly, we shall see. Baron Corbin allegedly is the one that WWE has a lot of eyes on. Very, very, very impressed with what he's been doing lately. So they are allegedly impressed with what he's been doing on the main roster. The main star of MLW. I will say this, Matt Riddle is also the main star, but he is also one of the main stars of MLW with the name recognition, because a lot of people in MLW, they don't really have that name recognition, such as a Matt Riddle and a Baron Corbin. Ring of Honor did have their nice pay-per-view. It was a Ring of Dishonor. It was a lot of highlights, a lot of good things that happened. The only thing that a lot of people may not like is Athena retaining that fucking championship again. Still the champion, 3 years later? So a lot of people are getting tired of her reign. Or they're saying it really doesn't matter, because who really watches Ring of Honor? But Ring of Honor is good because it does have Ace Austin. I know the Rascals made a surprise appearance, right? So again, Ring of Honor has a lot of the people you like. I do like Mason and Manzor. I like the one with the dreads, the black guy. He's fine to me. He's hot. That's where they stick him. You can't really find him in AEW television, the one with the dreads, the black guy, because he's always part of Ring of Honor. So you really have to watch Ring of Honor if you want to see certain stars, kind of like Athena. I understand they're trying to make Ring of Honor an exclusive where you have to watch Ring of Honor to see certain people, but it kind of Sadly, I don't think it has the draw where Ring of Honor, the app, will bring a lot of people to watch. Again, if they were on YouTube and they had a Ring of Honor channel, which they currently have, where you can watch the episodes for like $2 a month with the pay-per-views, or a $5 subscription plan on their YouTube channel as a member, where you can watch the pay-per-views and the live episodes. That would be different, because if they taped it live, I do understand it is before AEW, but if they do tape it live before AEW Dynamite, it's still a live show which people could enjoy on YouTube. But again, they don't even use their YouTube account like that, so it really doesn't really matter, because the presence of Ring of Honor is very thin. There are not a lot of people watching Ring of Honor, unfortunately. I do hope that Ring of Honor eventually gets maybe a small streaming deal with a streaming service, maybe not Paramount or Amazon, but maybe like a I don't know, a smaller streaming, maybe even a Pluto TV kind of deal, where they're on Pluto TV and they have their new episodes. I know a lot of people watch Pluto, and that's free. So again, if they're able to get a deal with Pluto where Pluto's allowed to show their new episodes every week live, I don't know, because again, they're trying to use Athena as a selling point of Ring of Honor, and that's the case. They should give her a bigger audience. I mean, that's the same with Gianna Purrazzo. She's also stuck there. Ace Austin, we can't say that because he also shows up on AEW, so he's not stuck there, but he is mostly over there. Sammy Guevara, can say the same with him. He's not exclusive to Ring of Honor because he does make these small appearances on the main roster, but when it comes to him showing up on Collision and AEW, he loses. So again, I don't know. I don't know if AEW does not know the direction they want to go. This is kind of like with the Rascals. They put them on Ring of Honor a lot, and then when they're on AEW television, they lose, kind of like last night on Collision. So again, I see Myron Reed did take the pin. He's very talented. I do like Myron Reed. Desmond Xavier, do like him. Maybe I like him because I think they're both hot, but still, I love seeing a black brother, especially my age, kill it on television. So, again, I did like Wesley. I always liked the Rascals, again, before the fame. Seeing them in Ohio, and I'm in Michigan. I did like their TNA work. I thought Wesley could have been a heel star when Zachary Watts got released from NXT. Remember, he got released, and then we had Desmond, a.k.a. Wesley. He was on his own for at least, 5 months? He had half a year, at least, I think, before he got released after his partner, Nash Carter, I think was his name in NXT. Again, he got released due to that, those photos that people called Hitler. So, again, there's always some drama with them, if you notice. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just like their drama kind of overshadows them a little bit. Kind of like with the Trey Miguel thing. It's just a lot of drama that kind of overshadows. Or it's, just drama. So the Rascals, I don't know why they lose a lot. Very talented. I also like Zachary West. But again, they're not really pushing them for some odd reason. They're using them, but they're not really pushing them. But I do want to say this, let's do some indie wrestling news. YouTube, because we do want to talk about some indie wrestlers as well. Happy Sunday. Thank you for those watching. Those that's watching, please like. It does help. Thank you. But let's do some indie wrestling news. Okay, let's go to PWP Ponderings. Let's do Combat Zone Wrestling. The Limit results. Aerial Assault. Brody Lee defeats Tyler Jordan. Darren Richardson exits Junior Myers Penn. Cosmic and Jake Gray. Akira defeats Amira. I think Akira is the wrestler from MLW, but I don't think she wrestles there anywhere on television. I don't even know if MLW is even on television, but you know what I mean. I don't think she's signed to a major company. So good to see Akira, I guess, fighting, defeats Amira. Miles Hawkins defeat Cappuccino Jones. Lucky 13 and Angel Metro defeat Miracle Generation. Dustin Waller and Kylan King. Troy Parker defeats TJ Crawford. I've heard of TJ Crawford. Who is he again? But Deshaun Pratt defeats Ishabin. And Aaron Rook defeats Anthony Gangone. CCW World Heavyweight Championship, CCW Rules Match, Elaine Ash defeats Ricky Shane Page to retain. So those are your indie wrestling results. We do have Michael interview. Miles Hawkins talks Kofi Kingston. CCW Jimmy Lloyd Rebel. So we had PW Ponderance latest exclusive interview. Miles Hawkins sits down with Scott Michael to discuss his upcoming match with WWE ID prospect Cappuccino Jones at CCW at WrestleVerse. His time in CCW so far. Okay, so I guess this is an interview. He's an indie star. Let's put him up. Maybe he could be the next big thing. Let's put him up. Oh, I think you're talking about Athena. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Athena again. Very odd that she's a Ring of Honor exclusive, but they don't even have a TV deal. But okay. I won't want to be exclusive of something that no one really watches. But we do have this. I guess this is the Miles person. I will say this. I am excited to see what happens with him. Looks like he has a lot of potential, but we shall see what happens with him. Only time will tell. But I will say wrestling this week, I did like TNA Impact. The wrestling with the Cedric Alexander and Leon Slater, I will say they killed it. Match of the... No. I would say maybe match of the week. Did like the Desmond and Myron Reed match. I did like them. The trios match with Rascals, that was a good match. I just didn't like the ending. So I don't really know if that would be a match of the week to me. Again, there was probably some things in Ring of Honor that I did not see, or NWA, because since they didn't record it for me, maybe her winning the knockouts. Maybe her winning the NWA Women's Championship would have been something I wanted to see. But unfortunately, since it didn't record, I couldn't really comment on it, right? When I make a video. Because I do still want to do a live review of NWA if I see it when it goes live. I didn't realize... Saturday has Collision and them at the same time, so didn't realize they're fighting against them basically. AEW. Hey, I'm just being real. I didn't realize that until now. Corey Graves teases Carmelo's return to professional wrestling. Although his job to stay neutral when calling play-by-play action, the WWE and Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide. Corey Graves commented on whether his real-life wife and former SmackDown Women's Champion Carmelo will ever return to the Squirrel Circle. Is positively optimistic. I don't think we've heard the last of her in this realm. Just, we got some time. Graves told veteran journalist Bill Apter. Teases on the possibility of a comeback from the fabulous one. I always liked her. Made its round last month when the former four-time 24/7 champion was informed by fans on social media that independent wrestler pop star B3CC was using Carmella's code of silence during her match on AEW Collision. Okay, I guess that's her gimmick, because I must say I don't know anyone that's a pop star that is also an AEW wrestler. I mean, that is something new. Wouldn't that be such a breakout? You have someone that's part of AEW and they're also a pop star. Yeah, so I was like, who is this and what are they talking about? But again, we shall see if she returns. Ridge Holland recalls putting together Bloodline War Games match in 2022. The Bloodline Saga highlights the 2022 men's War Games match remains one of the most memorable. It's funny because we didn't have that much put together. Holland told Sports Shadow Wrestling, I think we only had that match figured out 20 minutes before we were due to go out and do the match. So it's kind of a rush to get everything put together. I can't remember off the top of my head what was planned, what was supposed to go where. We just kind of made it work. So they kind of were winging it is kind of what he's alluding, Mr. Ridge. I'm basically winging that match. Again, he's someone that gets a lot of hate, Ridge Holland, for basically taking the career of Big E Langston. A lot of people will say that, even though Big E himself states he understands that mistakes happen. But as you know, the WWE universe can be a little bit different, so they don't understand. So they are still pissed off at him for what he did with Big E Langston and the injury, which again, a lot of people blame him for ending his career. So this is something different outside of drama. I will say, I thought the last time I saw him, he was talking about his home and how he was going to pay the bills. They were making reports like that. But again, this one, he's actually reminiscing a little bit. And it seems like he's in a better place. Speaking of, let's talk about stars and better place. What's going on with Anthony Bowens? Again, when are they going to pull the trigger on him and give him the World Heavyweight Championship? He can't be this LGBT icon but never win the big one. You can't really be an icon but really not win. So again, I want to see what happens with him if he ever is going to win the big one. So let's do this. Again, of course, since he's LGBT and open, and I'm clearly LGBT, I'm rooting for him. But again, when is he actually going to get the big one? Again, him and Max, I've never even heard of what Max is even fucking doing anymore. I kind of forgot about him. To be honest, they're both hot to me. Again, I'm just keeping it real. I do like to see my black brothers on television killing it, but I don't know if they're really killing it. Again, he has a lot of potential. I guess that would be a nice story. I don't want it just to be, honestly, as a gay man myself, I don't want it just to be about his sexuality, him winning the championship and just saying, oh my God, I'm the first gay man. I don't want that to be his whole identity, if that makes sense. So I want it to still be something where he is dominant and he is just known for his skills, not always being, oh yeah, I'm the first gay man to win the AEW championship. So again, it's not all about his sexual orientation, what he likes to do in the bedroom, who he likes to do. So I hope they can book him a little bit better. I know he's being paired with Samoa Joe, so that's a good buzz having him with Samoa Joe, but again, still, it's not really leading to anything. The real reason behind Randy Orton's WWE absence after WrestleMania 42 revealed. Randy Orton's may finally be getting closer to a return to WWE television, but a news report is now revealing the real reason the Viper has been gone since WrestleMania 42 is far more serious than many fans realize. After weeks away from the WWE program following his brutal loss to Cody Rhodes, WWE recently began advertising Orton for the May 29th episode of WWE SmackDown in Barcelona, Spain. That mainly fueled speculation that WWE was preparing Orton for a major combat against Major Combat heading into Clash of Italy, but according to David Meltzer on Wrestling Observer, Orton's actually tied to a significant back injury that has continued lingering for years. Back injury, that's why he's been gone since WrestleMania. It's probably why he didn't win the title. So, that being said, it looks like Randy Orton has a back injury that he kind of was fighting with and trying to not have it hold him down, but it clearly is going to come back to bite him in the ass. So, I do hope that things get better for him. I do hope things get better for him. So, again, that is your wrestling news for this week. A lot's not really going on this week. Again, we do have the major story. Baron Corbin may be going to WWE. They are interested in him, which I probably will make a video right now to post on the page just talking about that alone. But again, that's the biggest story. Again, Brian Cage coming back this week. Let's talk about this briefly. Brian Cage, he did indeed make his return after what? A year of absence, a year and some change. So he did look good. I will say this with all these returns. Sammy Guevara, Brian Cage, Red Velvet. Is Britt Baker ever going to return? Or is she just someone that's apparently just a bitch and they just don't want to even work with her anymore until her contract expires? That's all we have for her, is her just sitting at home. So let's give our honest opinion. Will she ever really ever return? Will Anthony Bowens ever win a World Heavyweight Championship? Will Max Caster ever do anything more? At some point, I thought maybe they would have some kind of zesty storyline where they kind of get zesty and make it interesting. I'm just saying, I mean, he is openly gay, right? So it wouldn't be out of the norm if they made a storyline where he and another wrestler were kind of zesty or doing shit on the down low. I mean, they could even have a storyline about that where he's dealing with the down low wrestler and then he exposes him and beats his ass. I don't know. Just make something out of something. I don't know. They're not really doing anything where we feel that we care. So, I mean, that's how desperate I'm getting. Have him deal with someone on the down low. And that makes him, I don't know, angry, a heel, or maybe a baby face. I don't know. Again, they always want to keep implying he's this LGBT of the AEW division. So again, maybe use a storyline where he's dealing with another wrestler that's a man and make it interesting. But I don't think they'll ever do that. Not right now. Paige revealed that she is going to bring back her PTO, the Paige tap out, that submission where she grabs them and holds them. And, they submit. I think she did that a lot more in her NXT days. She did keep up with it a little bit on the main roster when she debuted it. But again, she's just basically doing the Rampage. So again, Paige is back in WWE in 2026, and she is the Women's Tag Team Champion with Brie Bella. Again, Brie Bella, the World Tag Team Championships with the males, R-Truth and Damian Priest, which a lot of people aren't taking serious. Unfortunately, the tag division is not what it used to be with WWE. I will say this, AEW seems to have the better tag team division, while WWE has more of the better storylines. Again, we have the Rascals, we have FTR, we have Adam and Christian, we have maybe the New Day coming. We did have Max and Anthony, the Acclaimed, the Young Bucks. I mean, there's so many. David Finlay and his group. So there's so many fucking tag teams that they have in AEW compared to a WWE where it's far in between. And now we have Johnny Gargano that's basically just going to be depressed until his contract expires. I guess that's the only thing they have going for him, is just him being sad all the time. So again, really no tag team division, so I guess he is mourning the tag team division, what it used to be. Maybe we can say that, YouTube. But this has been 50 minutes of wrestling gossip. May 20th this week is my birthday, this Wednesday, but I am uh, about to get off and finish cleaning this apartment. So my birthday will be nice in a clean apartment. Maybe I will post another video today talking more in depth about Baron Corbin. Maybe I'll do that. At least there'll be another video. Probably that'll be my 5th video this week. But you guys know I post at least 3 times a week here on Marquelworld. And I go live at least twice. So, I'll be live again next week. But MOW, we talked about a little bit. NWA, I was a little bit upset about that, but I'm not upset no more. Again, if Sling does that, I'll just cancel it. That's all. You have one time to shame me. Second time, shame on me for even entertaining this. Oh, yeah. I'm like, who's depressed? And then I was thinking, oh, yeah, Johnny Gargano. Kind of like Phoenix. Phoenix. Him tweeting out how he loves his brother, but he wants to face him and get some opportunities. So basically calling out WWE for putting him on the sidelines. Again, Phoenix is the same guy that allegedly did not like the way things were going in AEW. Now, allegedly, he doesn't like the way things are going in WWE. So I guess he really is not having any luck in any company that he's part of, Phoenix, where it has something to do with television. I guess they really don't know how to use him, but Penta they will always use, and it's always that default to put them together, which is very cheap. You don't need to put them together just to give Penta, just to give Phoenix some TV time. That's very, very cheap. Again, if you don't know, Penta being a star and that star power to you in AEW, where they were a tag team division, but kind of was pushing him. But then WWE clearly makes him the main star of the two, gives him a mid-card championship and weekly television appearances, while his brother is shown maybe once a month and is in catering. Again, that is very, very cheap just to say he and his brother need to team up just because they have no plans for him. Again, wouldn't you want Phoenix to have his own storylines, and wouldn't you want Phoenix to have his own thing going for him? Why does he need to leash off of his brother, right? So I am done just keeping it real. This is Markel's World, all things pro wrestling news and my life. I may make a video about that this week, but let me know what you think. This is our pro wrestling gossip. Again, we did 52 minutes, so almost an hour, but more than 30 minutes. These days on television, they're not really giving you that much content. 30 minutes episode worth 20 minutes of actual content. Here we actually talking for 50 minutes. I subtract 2 minutes from that because, for 2 minutes I was a little pissed off that NWA did not fucking record it, so I don't really think that's content. That's me more complaining about Sling TV. I will say this again, prayers for Rebel. I did not forget about her. No. I did say that maybe once a stream we can just say prayers for her. But Tony Khan did admit that he's not media trained. He is learning day by day how to run the operations of AEW, and he is still learning, again, because he was a fan that became one of the biggest promoters in wrestling. We can keep it real and say that he did become one of the biggest promoters in wrestling by owning AEW. Montez Ford and Bianca Belair, let's talk about that real fast. I'm sorry, see, now I hate that. It just irks me a little because we're at the 50-minute mark and I don't just want to end it now. We're almost at a whole hour, so let's get a whole hour worth of content, okay? So I guess they found out the gender of their boy. Gender of their baby. Some are saying it's a boy. I don't really know what it is. I guess it's a teaser to get us to watch their YouTube because they never say what it is. They kind of just show them looking at the results and them crying and saying it's gonna be okay. So I guess it's a little teaser. I'm not mad at my girl Bianca sitting at home saying she's gonna have to get her a check somehow. I know she's on WWE's payroll, so she ain't worried about working, but she worried about staying relevant, which she knows the game, honey. You be gone for a long time, people stop remembering who the fuck you are. So I don't think that will ever happen with Miss Bianca, where people wouldn't know who she is, but her relevancy will start to decline. The more she's not shown on television, the more she's not doing shit. Let's just be honest now. So I guess this is what she's doing to stay relevant and stay on the blog. So I'm not mad at her giving cliffhangers, her and Montez Ford. Again, some people in the comments were very, very rude, saying, oh, you must work now since the main breadwinner, Bianca Belair, cannot work. Again, very shady and very disrespectful. But let's do one more wrestling blog I want to talk about. Like Hero Valkyria, Christian Randy Orton was a feud that got me into wrestling. Lyra Valkyria, such a prominent aspect in wrestling. She had a lot going for her, but really nothing really happened. If that makes sense. Like, she had a lot going for her at one point, but then nothing really happened with her momentum. I really liked her as Frankie in NXT. I thought it was a little bit different. I did like her in TNA with the Mohawk. She did look a little bit different than many. But unfortunately, that was not enough to make her an actual star, right? So again, she was one of many that made it. So AJ Styles shares his thoughts on Nakira joining NXT instead of main roster. There's certain things that we want to have in place before you go to the main roster. So AJ Styles comments on Evil joining NXT and not the WWE main roster. Can I just say that Shinsuke Nakamura was also in NXT? I'm just throwing it out there. Listen, I think there's certain things that we all need to learn in NXT that will prepare us for the main roster. Even I had to learn quick. It was a learning process, and I had to learn quick because I was on there. I couldn't afford to screw up or mess up whatever it is you want to call it. I want to stay on the main roster, and I had to impress the guys in charge. So we don't want anybody to go up in the main roster and have to learn like that. I don't think that's a good idea. It's better to go to NXT. It's just a smooth transition. You know where all the cameras are. You know not to turn your back on the camera. A lot of people don't know that. That was a big thing with me and Stu. Our cameraman, he was like, hey, AJ, make sure you turn this way instead of putting your back to the hard camera. There's little things that you do that people don't even think of. You just don't turn your back to the hard camera. It sounds silly, but I get it. It's important. So we all have to make sure that Evil, was he on camera on New Japan Wrestling? But okay, I progressed. So we have to make sure that Evil, as we're going to call him, doesn't turn his back to the hard camera. That he knows where all of them are, how we film and produce. So I guess in WWE it's different with the cameras. I will give him that, and I guess he's basically saying he needs to learn his environment and how to work the cameras, work the face, do a pose, things of that nature. So again, AJ Styles is basically commending WWE for putting him on the developmental brand, which is NXT. Again, he's in his 40s. I think he's 41. He's just making his WWE debut, which is kind of inspiring, I would say, to a lot of people who are in their 30s who haven't gotten signed yet, and people who are about to be in their 40s and their late 30s, that you can still, at that age, still make it into WWE and make your debut. Again, he's not known in WWE yet, but he is going to make his debut. Well, he is now on NXT in his 40s, Evil. So again, a little bit of inspiration I will add. He is 39. So he's 39, born January 26, 1987. So right before he turned 40, he just made it. So again, a lot of inspiration. But I am done, YouTube. I'm on X, Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok, Marquelworld. Now it has officially been an hour of us talking. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Frank, for commenting. I know it's Sunday at 3 p.m., but those that's watching not commenting, thank you. But I am done. It is hot. I am about to faint because it is very hot in this room. I am on the second floor, so heat, it rises if you don't know that. So again, it's really hot and I don't have the fan on because I don't want it to overpower me. But okay, I'm done. This is Marquelworld. All things forward to news my life. See you guys on the next video.